Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with Newcastle United, and today we have the final episode of Season 2. I think it's episode 19 in the series now, and we will be wrapping up our first season in the Premier League. As you can see, the form has been about what you'd expect from mid-table, really. A bit of strong form, poor form, and inconsistency thrown all over the place. We did win our last match of last episode, 1-0 away at St Mary's. A very good performance, especially given it followed a 3-2 victory over Chelsea, which was very, very encouraging. For the final episode today, we've got 3 home games and a very big away match with Manchester United. There's not actually too much left to play for, so the main crux of this episode will be the end of season wrap up and thinking about what we're going to do next season. So I'm going to try and get through these last few games quickly. We can still climb up a couple of positions. I'd like to get as high as 8th if we can, but I think we're out of European qualification, so it's just about getting the extra money for the positions now. But there's no reason we can't do that. If we win our game in hand on Liverpool, we'll only be 2 points behind them. So for the team today, we're starting with Batshuayi still up front, Pulisic and Ritchie on the flanks. Cook is back in after his suspension with Vilhena and Silva nearby. And then we got Iorfa, Lascelles, Mbemba and Lukaku in the back four, probably our first choice back four, and Tim Krul in goal. So I think it's a pretty much full strength team. And going into next season, I'm not actually too sure where I'd want to strengthen. I don't think we need to do much to the squad, which is very well balanced with youth and experience at the moment, but I might look to bring in a marquee signing or two if we can. So if you have suggestions for where I can really improve this team, do let me know. But first things first, we need to beat Leicester. Before we begin, just a friendly reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. It does really help out the show and grow the channel even further. Pulisic on the left. He's got options ahead of him. Batshuayi's up there, and he has found Batshuayi, who skips past one defender, still going, and fires it into the bottom corner. That's what we wanted from Michy Batshuayi. His 8th goal of the season. That £7.5 million is looking a real bargain right now. It's a corner for Leicester. Fuchs puts the ball in. It's cleared out. Lascelles gets it away the second time, but we aren't clearing our lines properly. Now Silmani has it on the edge of the area. But he's just about kept that from Lascelles. And Vardy, well, that was poor goalkeeping from Tim Krul, but it was poor defending all around. It's quite frustrating to concede there. Leicester looking for a second in quick succession. Jenkinson puts it in, but Cook gets it away. Mina with the ball, back to Jenkinson. And there's Musa just unmarked in the 6-yard box. That's ridiculous. And we're 2-1 down. We've thrown our lead away. Vilhena looking to create something. He picks out Pulisic. Now Batshuayi. Inside to Cook, who fires it into the top corner. There is the equaliser. What a goal from Lewis Cook. 2-2. Vilhena to Cook. Finds Matt Ritchie on the right. He sends it back to Iorfa. There is Silva in the middle, finds Lewis Cook. Can we get the winner? Matt Ritchie in, and Matt Ritchie makes it 3-2. A great team goal, and what a finish from Ritchie. 3-2 against Leicester. Matt Ritchie's free kick sent into the box with Lascelles at the far post. Giamez is there, and the substitute Giamez does make it 4-2, secures the points for us. We're actually on contain when we get the 4th goal, but it doesn't matter. That will be 3 points in the bag. Late free kick for Leicester, cleared out, and that's a full-time whistle. An absolutely stunning victory for the team, especially after we went 2-1 down. They've done so well to come back, get 3 more goals, and get the win today. The second match of this episode is at home against Burnley, who are fighting relegation at the moment. And given that we beat Southampton and Leicester in our last 2 matches, it wouldn't surprise me if the game decided to make us lose today. Just a quick look at the table. I haven't really looked at this much this season because we've been languishing in mid-table for the majority of it. But as you can see, Burnley just 4 points clear. They could do the win today just to secure their safety. It looks like Swansea and Bristol will almost certainly go down, but they still have a chance. And there's a few good players we can maybe raid from the likes of Swansea and Norwich if they do go down. Towards the top end of the table, we're a long way off the European places. Had Leicester beaten us, they'd be closer to that top 4 race, but it looks like it's going to be between Southampton, Man United and Chelsea, because if Chelsea win their game in hand, it goes 64, 63, 62. And at the very top of the table, it's a 3-horse race for the title between City, Spurs and Arsenal. So that's going to be quite an interesting way to finish this season. We're now in with a very good chance of catching Liverpool if we can get a couple more wins. I think we're about the right place. 10th is the right place for us. We've got 7 points in hand on Stoke. We're not going to lose our 10th place position, and that is not bad for your first season back in the top flight. There's absolutely no changes for the match today, so I won't go through them too much. Batshuayi has been fantastic. I think he's got 4 goals and 5 assists in his first 10 starts for us, so he is undoubtedly securing that position as his own. Kirk on the ball, finds Batshuayi. He sends it out to Matt Ritchie, who swings across him. Pulisic is there, and he's put it across the goalkeeper into the opposite corner. What a finish from Pulisic on the volley. Makes it 1-0. We've just about managed to hang on to this game. Burnley sort of turned it on us in the second half, getting off 19 shots, but luckily they were very wayward, and we have got our 3rd victory in a row in the Premier League, the first time that's happened in a very long time. And it does move us up to 8th position, albeit temporarily. Both West Ham and Liverpool have games in hand. But getting up to 8th this late in the season, it's pretty remarkable, really. The team doing very well. And we've now won 3 games in a row. I don't think that's happened this season. There's a little period here, but that included Derby in the EFL Cup. And again, Crawley in the EFL Cup. It's the first time we've done it in the Premier League under my management. And we now have to take on Man United away and Spurs at home. Just the one change for our match at Old Trafford. And it is that Giamez comes in for Iorfa, who I think is suspended. So otherwise it's as you were. We're on such good form, nothing really needs to change. 3 wins in a row, but I think that will come to an end. Man United currently 5th in the table, need to win to keep their Champions League hopes alive. I think we will struggle today, but we're going to go as we were, just trying to play that more attacking tactic. We're not going to try and defend this. We don't need to get points, so it's all about seeing if we can go all or nothing in this match, but hopefully we can get a pretty historic result at Old Trafford if we do manage to stop them getting into the Champions League. Lukaku going for a run and giving the ball away to Rashford, and there's Mandzukic, and it is 1-0. I don't know what Lukaku is doing there, getting pickpocketed just outside of the area. Martial looking to create something. He's had the luck of the ball there. We've been very, very unlucky today, and Mandzukic makes the most of it. That's twice they've got a lucky bounce and scored the goal. 2-0 down. I don't feel like we deserve to lose this. I think we deserve to get something out at the end of this match, but it is going to finish as a 2-0 defeat, which is quite frustrating, really. Not that it matters in the grand scheme of things. We are going to finish where we finish. But the full-time whistle's gone on it. Just 1 game left this season against Spurs. Will be difficult to beat Spurs as they are chasing the title. But yeah, very unlucky today, I think. I agree with the assistant there. Well, it's all to play for in the final game of this episode. We are scrapping with West Ham for the 9th and 10th position there. I think we can probably finish 9th. I'm not sure who West Ham are playing at the moment. But we're involved in the title race a little bit because Tottenham have to beat us if they want any chance of stopping City getting the title. They do have the goal difference, so the 3 points will do it if Man City lose. It's quite a low threshold for the title, if I'm honest. Usually it's up at that 85-point mark, but a little bit below that right now. United scrapping it out for the Champions League places. Chelsea were actually beaten 5-0 by West Ham, which is why West Ham are above us now. But Southampton still have a chance of getting Champions League football. They're in there. And down in the relegation zone, Swansea and Bristol have been relegated, so it's between Norwich and West Brom now to see who else goes down. We would be the only promoted club to remain in the league if Norwich go down. So it shows how well we've done compared to our competitors. 24 points clear of Norwich. It's quite a good performance, really. We've never really been under threat of relegation, which I'm very happy with. We were told to achieve mid-table, and we're doing that pretty significantly, and the board are very happy. But I would like to get 9th if we can. 9th looks a bit more prestigious than a double-digit finish. And if we just look at the team we're putting out, no real changes. Giamez continues in the right-back position, Batshuayi up front. I still want to try and beat Tottenham if we can. I know it's going to be tough, but I want that 9th place finish, and I hope West Ham can slip up. Rose throws the ball in towards Coutinho, and there's a Icardi at the near post, and Tottenham have sneaked in a goal. I feel like we've been the better team. We've had so much possession and pressure, but they've made the breakthrough. We're 1-0 down. Eriksen's late free kick for Spurs. I think they are going to just about grind out this victory. Coutinho going on a run and losing it to Lewis Cook. Not enough time for us to get back in this, really. Aaron's just going on a run. Silva forward to Atsu. He's still going. Tackled by Wanyama. It's run for Rolando Aarons. Oh, and that was a chance that he scored that. That would have been a dramatic end to the season. But we have been beaten. We are going to finish in 10th place. Not the best way to finish a season with 2 defeats, especially after we'd won 3 matches in a row. But given the opposition, we can't complain too much. Manchester City did win the title. They beat Leicester 1-0, so in the end that result against Tottenham just didn't matter for either club. Southampton have sneaked above United and Chelsea. So they beat Liverpool 3-0, which is absolutely incredible. And Chelsea drew a Palace, United with Burnley. What an upset that is. I wonder if either of these will get sacked as a result. We're only 5 points behind Liverpool. I think we did very well this season. We can easily make up that ground next season. We dropped a lot of points against teams that we should be beating, really. But I think overall we've had a good season. 16 wins, but 15 defeats is a little bit troubling. I think we can definitely bring that number down next season and maybe push into the sort of European qualification places. In the end of the season awards, Dominic Iorfa was actually the player of the year. I did not expect that. Lewis Cook, probably more deserving on it, and I don't know how Christian Atsu has got in there, given he didn't actually play that much this season. Lewis Cook did get the goal of the season. Jordan Lukaku, the signing of the season. I think, given he was bought at the same time as Batshuayi, I'm not sure he deserved that. His valuation is now 5.5. He only cost 4.7 for us, but he was a very good signing. And Dominic Iorfa also getting the young player of the season, so not too bad there. It was a very good season overall. Managed to get into the mid-table, is what the media is saying, so no complaints there. 97% stadium full. I think next season I would like more of a cup run as well. I'd settle for European qualification and a cup run next season. I think they should be the realistic goals. Obviously, I'll hope for more if we have a good season, but realistically, I think that's our kind of area now, and we should look to make progression. The board are very confident in our ability to keep managing this team, and the board have given us £68.5 million to spend in the transfer window. That is a lot of cash. But the main thing is this £2.4 million per week, because we're currently only spending 1.7 million, so that's £700,000 a week extra. We can definitely make some very impressive signings with this budget, and I think we can probably shift a couple of players. Now that we've got the money to manoeuvre, we can definitely make a few changes. And I'm looking at Caleri, for instance. He can probably leave. There's probably a couple of players De Guzman didn't actually play for. He came on once as a sub, so he'll be going. But otherwise, Darren Gibson's contract will obviously expire, and we do have some players in the under-23s still to come back. Januzaj and Mitrovic probably the biggest. De Jong will go. So there's a bit of overhaul to do, but I think we're in pretty good shape, and that amount of money will give us quite a lot of things that we can do. But I think that will be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed Season 2, our first one back in the Premier League. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see how we get on in Season 3. The next episode, we will look at the transfers that we'll have done over the summer. If you've got suggestions, don't forget to drop them in the comments. I do look at them, and I always take you guys' advice on board. But we will also try and start the first Premier League match of next season as well. It should be a good season because we're only in the league. We don't really have any distractions like Europe, so I think we can push up the table if we can bring a couple of marquee signings in. So let me know who I should bring in. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. But until next time, see ya.